Hello, my name is David Stephen Roberts. The video is Bug Out, Part 1, Where to Go, based on the books that I wrote called The Last Domino, which is the follow-up to the earlier book called Preparing for the Coming Collapse of the US Dollar. Now, we're not going to get into why to bug out. We'll talk about that later, but this is how to plan where to go. First, go to Google Maps. Find your state, your city, and enter it into the description box. For this example, we are going to use the state of Nebraska, which is located right in the center of the country. What you want to do is when you're looking at the overall map, you want to kind of get an idea of where you are and where not to go. So we're going to zoom in a little closer. There is Nebraska in all its glory. You see several highways running through it. If you can avoid those, I would do that. We're going to use Omaha as an example of a city. So let's pretend for a while that you live in Omaha, Nebraska. You also want to take a careful eye and look for large cities on the edge, because it does you no good to bug out of Omaha and end up closer to a large city. On the left we have Denver, on the right we have Des Moines, and we have several other large cities in and about that area. Just look for the space with the fewest black arrows or the fewest cities and try and look in that direction for where to go. Now, I chose state parks, and the reason being there's fresh water, there's fish sometimes, there's game, and most people will be congregated in the cities looking for their next welfare check or food stamp card. So what you want to do is you want to stay far away from the cities as you can. Type in state parks in your state, and you'll see these little red bubbles pop up here. These are the state parks in Nebraska. Now, those are not the only ones. We'll show you some more in a minute. Here are the ones that are closer around Omaha, and you can tell by the legend down below that it's just a few hours drive to some of the further ones there. Now, you see the little yellow boxes here. Those are the little red dots. Those are the minor parks that didn't pay for advertising on Google. You can check some of those out too. Here's an upper view of Nebraska and some of the options that we have. And here are some campgrounds. So if you can't find a state park, look for a campground, which will have some of the same things that the state parks do. Look at all the red dots. Okay, there again is Omaha in the little circle, and the circle represents a 50-mile radius. The black circles are the mile radius around the bigger cities in the area. So just notice the wide open area over off to the north and the west, the little yellow arrows and bars pointing to the parks that are should be safe. Now, here is the park that I chose. It's Chadron State Park. Is located in the safe area. So what I did was I got an aerial view of Chadron State Park. There are no Google Maps Street View pictures of the park, unfortunately, so I went and got some images of the park here. Now, this is going to be an assignment.